Alright, my fig friends, so it's been a while, and I've had some of these in here for the last couple of weeks doing their thing. So I've got one here that's starting to do its thing. This is a yucca palm that we're propagating like I did the last one. It's got some roots. Here's a couple I just recently put in the fig cuttings, just in the water. No roots yet, but they're opening up. And then these ones have a bunch of roots. I'm gonna pop them into their little soil cups and get them going. I also have a couple plants downstairs I'm going to rotate around to show you. But then there's a couple cool little tricks I want to try, see if these work. So we're going to head on over this way. So I've got my potting soil. I got some cups. I wish I had clear ones. I just don't. I have a ton of these red ones. So I've got the appropriate holes for drainage and things at the bottom. I've got them raised up so in case they're going to lay. So these are going to be for the fig cuttings. These are old cupcake holders, like cupcake. So I got these holes cut out as well down here for drainage. 3 holes at the top for air. I'm going to try and see if this works as like a mini greenhouse, better than just putting in seeds into these older the egg crates. So taking these are fantastic for seeding and stuff like that. So I got to make the holes in them for drainage as well. But each one of these can start off your seeds and such. So I wanted to just kind of play around and see if certain seeds, I have a couple that I want to try, will grow better this way, or maybe like in here self-incubated to get themselves started. And I like that you could probably still see in here if it starts to build a nice root system. So we're gonna give that a try. Got our potting soil here. Like I said, we're gonna try and do this thing with the fig roots, and then I'll be back once I get the fig roots brought over here to the table. So just give me a few minutes and we'll try and check that out. And so I brought the figs over from here to the table. I've loaded a couple cups up with the potting soil, so I'm gonna figure those out too. But I just wanted to show you that I still have a whole bunch. There's just one bag. I got like 5 more bags of the tip cuttings from November. So a lot of these I'm gonna end up popping into cups in the next couple of days, weeks, and hopefully have a bunch more of those. But yeah, once we're done with this, I'll show you the ones downstairs, and then I will show you outside from the limbs I cut off in the backyard that were about 7-year-old limbs with their own full root systems that were further away from the tree. I cut them. I wanted to prune the tree a bit, make it so that the growth would work better. But each one of them, of the 5, took in the ground, so they should end up forming their own tree within the next couple of weeks. Once we get into spring, we should start seeing budding, and I'm sure they're going to actually fruit, so that would be kind of cool. So we'll head on over to that in a second. So as we're getting some of them in there, so like the roots on here, so they've been coming through. So I'm not sure, I don't want to cut anything, so I'm just going to put it all up into the cup, right to where it can get to. Keep it thriving. Probably going to prune some of these taller ones off just to keep it so that it's continuously growing. But we'll get there, we'll get there. Alright, so here's what we got. We got about, what is that, 8 of these. These were just all ones that I just had put in water, so I don't have any rooting hormone, no nothing. So some of them have been flowering more than others. Some of them were getting more sun than not, sitting on top of the water machine over there. So all in all, I expect these to do some pretty good things, and I'm probably going to get some bigger pots relatively soon to put them into. But no, they're cool. Like some of these started root systems, so I just want the roots to get a little bit stronger. So I'm going to give them a good drink of water. This poor little guy, he had his stuff growing out from down here from this type of cutting. All the rest of them were the tip cuttings. So my leaf for this poor guy was growing out of here, and he's dirty now. So once I spray him with water, he'll look pretty good. So that's it for these guys. Gonna see how these guys do over the next couple of weeks, and then like I said, I'm also gonna pop these open probably this week or so and start planting these and see how they work just straight up into a soil sand mixture. Like I said, these were all from just sitting in water, so they opened up relatively quick. And then we'll see how the potting soil sand medium works as well. And then we're going to continue on to doing the seeds, and we'll see if it works in this little thing. And then we're going to go downstairs and check out the rest of the figs, all right? So let's go. All right, everybody's got a little bit of a sprinkling over here, so this is probably the last time I have to water these guys for a couple weeks. You don't want to overwater them, you want to let them go. So I'm going to put them downstairs. They'll get sunlight, they'll be on top of another dresser downstairs for a couple of weeks. And then once that cold is done here in New Jersey, they'll bring them outside and we'll let them chill outside. All right, on to downstairs, I promise now.